Delhi is geared up for the G20 summit, taking place in the capital on the 9th and 10th of September. As world leaders descend on Delhi to be a part of it, the city is getting ready to put its best foot forward. With the scale of the planned event, security restrictions will also mean you should know traffic diversions, roads to avoid, areas that are out of bounds for the public. The summit will be held at the newly built Bharat Mandapam Convention Centre in Delhi's Pragati Maidan under India's presidency. Global officials and leaders of the world's largest economies will start arriving in the national capital from the 8th of September. During the G20 Leaders Summit, access to the general public will be restricted in the New Delhi and NDMC regions. That is why central and Delhi governments have announced that their offices will remain closed from September 8th to 10th. This also extends to other private offices and schools. All commercial banks and financial institutions within the jurisdiction of New Delhi District Police will be closed from September 8th to 10th. Markets and shops in the New Delhi area won't be allowed to open for the duration of the summit. During the G20 summit, entry of vehicles, except those carrying essential goods, will be restricted. The main route that would be taken by the dignitaries will be from the airport to 18 hotels, 16 of which are in Delhi and 2 in Gurugram, and the hotels to the main venue, that is Pragati Maidan, and to Rajghat. Traffic movement around Delhi airport will be of prime importance, and apart from restrictions, vehicular movements will also be regulated at times. The Delhi Traffic Police has released a detailed advisory for the upcoming G20 summit.
We'll have a comprehensive virtual help desk for all the users, those who are visiting Delhi as a delegates also, as a tourist also, as well as citizens of Delhi, as well as other outsiders who are coming to Delhi.
Special Commissioner of Police Surinder Singh Yadav said that restrictions will be put in place in the New Delhi area since the summit will be held at the newly built Bharat Mandapam Convention Centre. The restrictions will be put in place from the night of September 7 and remain in place till September 10. Those who live in the New Delhi area will be allowed to move freely, but those coming from other districts of Delhi or tourists from other places will have to show valid hotel bookings to enter this area.
The main summit venue is in New Delhi. So there will be restrictions in the NDMC area, or we call the New Delhi Police District, which will be a controlled zone in which the authorized vehicles or the identified visitors will be allowed. But in the controlled zone, as well as the rest of the Delhi, metro services will be allowed throughout. It means if you want to come to New Delhi and visit New Delhi at any place, you can come by metro. There will be no restrictions to come by metro for any individual. All these restrictions will come in place from 7th night, 7 और 8 की रात से हम लोग restrictions इनको लागू कर देंगे. Another major restriction will be commercial vehicles, especially the heavy commercial vehicles will be restricted from the borders of Delhi. Heavy goods vehicle, medium goods vehicles, however, any vehicle which is carrying essential goods or involved in essential services, we will be allowing them throughout, including the medical services, including the ambulance services. There will be no restriction on the movement of ambulance or the medical services or the people who are needing the medical assistance coming by whatsoever mode of transport.
People going to the airport or railway stations between September 8th and 10 have been advised to leave well ahead of their scheduled flights or trains. The traffic police have urged people to use the Delhi Metro to travel on these days. Services of Delhi Metro will remain functional, but stations in the New Delhi area like Supreme Court, Khan Market, Mandi House and Central Secretariat are expected to remain closed for 3 days. Many heads of state, including US President Joe Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, French President Emmanuel Macron, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are among a bevy of world leaders attending the G20 Leaders Summit. The representatives of 9 guest countries have also been invited by India for the summit. Ahead of the G20 summit in the national capital, more than 1,000 flights may either get cancelled or rescheduled. The central government has instructed airlines to curtail frequency by a fourth throughout the G20 summit. The order has come due to parking constraints at the Delhi airport. In addition, the government has asked the airlines to reposition some of their aircraft to other cities' airports in view of the summit. Meanwhile, airline executives have warned of country-wide network repercussions, leading to flight cancellations as Delhi is among India's busiest airports. For the G20 summit, more than 50 aircraft will fly into Delhi for the summit, carrying the likes of US President Joe Biden, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, and among others. India's largest airport has around 220 parking stands, and due to a surge in air traffic, all are occupied. The situation has worsened recently due to the issues with engines and the bankruptcy of Go First. The number of flights at the Delhi airport will need to be lowered from 12 p.m. on September 7 to 12 midnight the next day, and from 6 p.m. on September 10 until 12 noon the following day, due to the fact that a majority of the G20 delegates will be arriving or departing during these times. A TOI online report. From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.